What is going on, friends? Torin here and welcome to Wellbeing Café, where today we are getting into more kitchen essentials. And today's topic is: what equipment do you actually need to start making healthy meals? To get the right things, spend less money, and put the money you do spend into the right places. Now, there are countless pieces of equipment that you could buy. If someone thinks it can sell, then somebody's made a tool for it. And the truth is, you don't need 99% of what's out there. Simplicity is key, and less can truly be more. What matters more is having good technique and methods, not gadgets and gizmos for every little thing. Cooking at home can be easy, and you really only need a few essential items to get started. These are the things that I use every day, and I'm going to break them into 3 different lists. The most stripped down kitchen of just the necessities, the things that will make your life a lot easier, and the equipment that will really expand your cooking capabilities. This video covers our first list on the bare essentials. And coming in at number 1 to start, every great chef needs a chef's knife. This is your most important tool, outside of maybe a stove and a pot. Choose one good knife and one that you like. It does not have to be an expensive knife, but if you're going to invest a bit of money somewhere, do it with your knife. It's your companion, and over time, you'll get to know it really, really well, like a wizard wand in Harry Potter. So choose a knife you want to build a relationship with in your kitchen. There are all sorts of knives out there, but for starters, choose a standard sized chef's knife, and ideally one with a bolster, the thicker part on the end or heel of the blade, which will provide some extra protection against slips with the back of the knife. Now with the knife, you need a knife honer or straightener. A dull knife is one of the most dangerous items to have in your kitchen. So yes, this is an essential item, and it can be a simple tool. You don't need to invest in anything crazy, just something that costs a few dollars. Plus, it's a great party trick to practice to impress your friends and make it look like you know what you're doing. Check out the video linked above to learn how to use a knife straightener or a honer. Now third, we'd have little use for a knife or a straightener for that matter without a cutting board. You really only need one, something that can fit large vegetables. I think this is a pretty good size right here. And I'd recommend something that's paper composite or wood, something thin and antimicrobial. This one's actually pretty thick and pretty heavy, so maybe thinner than this one. And something that will allow you to avoid microplastics, because every time you're cutting into the knife, you're cutting away at the plastic and that just mixes in with your food. You really don't want that. Number 4, now if you have a cutting board and you put it down on a smooth surface, it might slide around, especially if there's any water. Some cutting boards are better about that than others, but regardless, there's a simple solution, and that is a kitchen rag. We don't want to create potentially dangerous situations if we can avoid them, so having one kitchen rag to place underneath your cutting board can be really, really nice to create a nice anti-slip kind of a surface. Again, this does not need to be anything fancy, just a small reusable cloth. I myself prefer a microfiber cloth, but just search up kitchen towel online and I'm sure you will find all sorts of solutions. Get something you like the color of, something that will match everything else in your kitchen, and maybe get a few of them in a pack. Alternatively, you could get rubber corners that fit on the edges of your cutting board or use a silicone baking mat instead. And with cutting comes the inevitable cut. Hopefully just minor ones, but to make sure you're prepared, you will want to have a first aid kit somewhere in your kitchen that is easily accessible. Definitely with at least a few band-aids in it. With your cutting setup all ready to go, now you need something to cook the things that you have cut up. I'm assuming you have a stove or something similar to a stove in some way, shape, or form. Maybe just a fire, I don't really know. And if not, well, at one point in time, I used an Instant Pot for 4 months when the gas stove wasn't working at Julia and I's apartment. It did the job, though I cannot say I would really recommend it, but use what you have. Assuming that you have a stove, you'll need one nice pot and one nice pan. Nothing crazy, and both moderate to large in size. You could get away with just one of these, more a pot than a pan, but really it's best to have both to be more efficient and more effective with your cooking. This is another place that I would invest a bit more money. Stainless steel is a tried and true classic, but a nice set of non-stick pans can make a big difference, especially when cooking with little to no oil. If you choose this route, it's important to take extra care with these pieces of equipment, as the non-stick coatings can come off with improper use, and that's something we really don't want. To learn how to take care of non-stick equipment, check out the video linked up above. And lastly, we need something to stir our food with. This could be a wooden or bamboo spoon. I really like the bamboo ones. That's just my own bias. Or it could be as simple as a silicone spoon for eating. In the absolute most stripped down kitchen, you could actually just have a silicone spoon for both eating and cooking. To avoid scratching pots and pans that have a non-stick coating, I would recommend getting some sort of silicone equipment. and then maybe follow that by wood if you can't get silicone, and just avoid metal or things that could scratch the surface at all costs. And that's it. That's all you need to start healthy cooking. Seriously, that's it. But if you want to make your life easier in the kitchen, then check out our second list of equipment linked here, which includes less essential items that are really nice to have for healthy cooking. And finally, to make your life easier, we have made a free downloadable list of all of this equipment, which can be accessed on our Patreon, linked down below. Have any thoughts on other items you think are absolutely essential for the kitchen? Comment them down below, as we would love to hear your ideas. Thanks for being a friend in our community. Happy knife shopping, and I look forward to seeing you again in the kitchen soon.